directions, just like everything we've discussed in this series so far. But go ahead and watch that video if you don't really know how to isolate, just to kind of get an idea of how to do it, you know. But I'm going to show you how to fit isolations into this framework that we've been developing. So an isolation is basically taking the staff, stopping one, and continuing the momentum on the outside. So from your weave, when you get to a point about in the center of your chest is where I like to isolate, with either wick. From your weave, you'll notice that this wick crosses in the center of my chest, and then this one does, and then scoops out. And then technically over here is also the center behind me, and the other plane on the other wall. And so we're actually moving through these four possibilities that we can do a reverse isolation in. At any point, you can stop and isolate that point when it's at that center. And then you'll notice that as I'm isolating this point in my center, if we stop, we move the center of rotation back to the middle of my hand, we're basically doing a reel. You know, it's that same wall application. And so remember, from reels, we can go from left or reverse to forward. We can apply the same thing with those isolations. And so we're choosing a point, and one of these wicks is where we want it. Boom. And then we go into our isolation. And now from here I can turn back into my reverse, or I could continue like the reel method into my forward weave. And so this gives us a lot of applications and just a lot of opportunities to throw this move in and utilize it in our foundation. Same thing with the anti-spins. There's another video on there that I posted a while ago about anti-spins. And that's these ones. And the idea being, here's your weave. You'll notice that this is part of the anti-spin shape. So that's where your application comes in. As soon as you reach this point, you begin your anti-spin. And then back into your weave. And you can do that from reverse as well. This point is an anti-spin, this point's an anti-spin. All of these are in the anti-spin shape. And so at any of those points, you can begin to do your anti-spin. So let's just say from here. So you can put your anti-spin in just like that. And then when you're done doing your anti-spin or whatever, you know, add variations to it, do whatever you want to do, then you can easily drop back into your framework, the forward, reverse, and reels. And so, kind of not a lot of detail in that video. Check out those other links. But this is where it gets really, really fun to me, anti-spins and isolations. The visual effect is way cooler than pretty much anything you can do with staff. You know, unless you're talking about contact. That's a whole